What's going on, people? It's Mr. back again with the review. I hope everyone's fit and well. If you are watching this, make sure you do hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. And we're going to talk about today's game. It ended Bristol City 0, Nottingham Forest 0. First of all, I brought some special guests in. As everyone knows Stephen is. How you doing, Stephen?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, Ben.
But wait, before we do start, everyone's got the same top. Because it's weird. Before we started, let me start. Everyone knows who Rads is. He's another Forest YouTuber. Rads, how you doing?
I'm good, mate.
But before we start, it was weird because I just come from work. I had to rush, and I put my yellow top on, and Rads has already got his yellow top on. And then Stephen come on. And he had to put his top on as well. So it was weird.
Because it just been washed in the laundry, so I just chucked it on.
It was a weird situation. So everyone thought, you know what, we'll wear the yellow top on. And yeah, talk about the game. Everyone knows who Rads is. Before we do start, Rads, talk about your channel and before we do start.
Yeah, I'm sure you may have a clue who I am. I'm David Rads. I do very similar things to Door, a lot of Forest stuff, bit of neutral stuff here and there as well. So yeah, please, if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. People. So if you do want to subscribe to Rad's link is in below. So please go subscribe to his channel. We're going to talk about today's game. It ended Bristol City 0, Forest 0. After watching the game, I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought Bristol City were a poor team, but at the same time, it's a fantastic point, and it makes us move further away from the relegation zone. I'm going to get Stephen and Raj's opinion about it, but people in the link as well, please put your comments below if you've got any questions for myself, Raj, or Stephen about today's game. I'm going to start with you, Stephen. Today's game, what was your opinion about the game?
Well, I am actually watched all the game all the way through, Ben. But what I've seen of it and what I've read about it and some of the stats is it just seemed a bit of a mid-table kind of damp squid, in a sense. What I did see of it was we had a lot of possession, and again, it's just that cutting edge up front. We seriously lack cutting edge up front. You know, with I think it was 16 shots we had to the single figures. So I think if we can. Get a top, like we spoke about many times. I think we can get that top end right. I think, we're going forward. And like you said, it's a very good point at Bristol City. We had that one chance with Mighton hit the post. So, it's just create, having all them chances, but, then conversion rates have got to get higher if we're going to go up the league. So, but it's a good point. Good point.
What player like I said, let's say you didn't watch the much game, but like I said, we made one change, knockout come in for Abiobe, but what player that stuck out for you today?
Well, what I've seen and what I've read as well from what the fans and reviews and what I've seen is Christie again performed well. And again, Garner just keeps on, his name just keeps on coming up, Ben, doesn't it? It's just every week. It's just every week. And like I said, the last one I did with you, Ben, it's going for us and it's going against us. It's going for the short term really good. It's getting us safe. It's getting us playing better. But on the downside, you just know there's scouts out there watching him. There's already, what I've read is like 3 or 4 Premiership teams sniffing around him already. So again, I just hope that, when he scored his goal last week, the players all embraced him. He looked like he's enjoying his football. So you never know. He might stay next year. We need to base the team around him.
So Rad, debut today on my channel. What was your opinion on the game today?
Very similar to Stephen, to be honest. It's classic mid-table clash. Really, there's not really much to play for. I feel really based off our form and their form, we should have really been winning. I think we said before it started we should have been getting a result, but I suppose a point away from home is decent. We normally draw away at Bristol as well, so. I think Christie. I'll be honest. I'm one of them that's given him stick this season, but I think he's. I won't lie. I wasn't a huge fan of him, but he's proven a lot of us wrong. You know, I think he's been picking up recently for sure.
Would you keep him next season?
On form, yeah, I think I would, to be fair. Which I definitely wouldn't have said that a couple of weeks back, really.
No, that's the same with me and Steven. I think remember Steven said it as well. We've said it in the past. We won't have kept him as well. But
definitely.
So you will keep him then?
If he carries on, yeah, I think he may as well. Like he's a free agent for Fulham. I think if they get relegated or stay in the Prem, I think he probably isn't going to play for them again. He's played most games for us this season, so I've heard, mate. I'm not sure. One of my friends told me, he said he wants to stay at Forest as well. So I think we probably will sign him, to be fair. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one.
I have noticed since the rumours came around about playing for contracts that his performances have just gone way up. Because he could have easily gone the other way and gone, you know what, I'm going back to Fulham, I don't care. But I've noticed in the last couple of games, since that rumour's come out about contracts and stuff like that, he's really upped his game. And what I would say is that maybe, and again, Ben, like you said about the Worrell thing, will he stay or go? I think maybe the back five is what he wants next year. I think Blackett might be someone he wants as left back.
I was just looking at comments, and Raz, you got quite a lot of fans in here. As you know, we've got quite a lot of people talking about. There's Rads again. Someone wants to come on your channel, Rads, called Gaz. Ben, what do you tell? What did I tell you about Ismail? Oh, he was brilliant. I ain't got a clue. I didn't even watch it. Where's the other one? For you, Rads, I'll call you straight if you ever want me some. Bloody hell, Rads, everyone knows you, Rads.
This is great,
everyone
isn't
knows you.
Hey Ben, he's trying to viewers for him, man.
Bloody hell! Like I said, but people make sure you do subscribe to Rads. He's a young buck, and he's up. But Rads, this is for you. Like I said, we spoke about players that have been underperforming, and we've been playing well recently. What players, in your opinion, has thought, he's a good player for the next season?
Well, I mean, I think every player recently has upped the game, to be fair to them. But I think the obvious players we need to try and keep hold of are, the likes of Wall. I think we have to keep Joe Wall. I'm hoping, because he's a Forest fan, he'll stay. But again, he probably is going to think of his career as well. So he's got a tough decision to make in that regard. Mighton, I've been very impressed with him as well. He's got a lot of talent already. And he's not even much older than what I am, to be fair. So, I think the weird situation, I think, with Forest is there's lots of players like Ribeiro as well, who I personally would keep hold of, that may be leaving. And
what players would you get rid of?
Would I get rid of? I mean, he has looked pretty decent in recent games, but I'm still not a massive fan of Blackett, to be quite honest.
You're not a fan of Blackett?
Nah.
That is shocking.
People in
the comments, right? People in the comments, like I said, this is all Raz's opinion. Don't give me a headache. But because, and this is for you as well, Stephen. Blackett for the last 3 or 4 games, he's not been too bad. If you look at it like that, because everyone knows Ribeiro's going. Because he's not going to play again for Forest. You might get 1 or 2 games, but I don't think you'll see him in the red shirt. Bong, where is he? And I personally think, I'm not saying Tyler Blackett will be the man for next season to start, but I think he's got a future at Forest. People in the comments, what do you think about Blackett? Do you think he's got a chance for Nottingham Forest? So you really think Blackett's not got a chance at Forest then?
Well, no, don't get me wrong. He has improved his game recently, and if he keeps it up, then yeah, sure, maybe keep hold of him. I just personally think we can do better than him. That's my opinion. He's not I don't think he's a terrible player. I still think he's better than, I think when you look at left back anyway, I think he's better than Bong he's better than Bong for sure, in my opinion. And as like I said earlier, players to get rid of. I'm not a fan of Colback. He's not really been playing recently.
Oh, Matthew.
An anti-Colback on you.
Matthew, that wasn't me. That was Rads. Because if Matthew was on this stream, he'll go for your neck.
Yeah.
So
and maybe I probably wouldn't have said it if he was on, to be fair.
No, but I said, listen to it. It's your opinion. This is what people's opinion. We're not going to say you're wrong. There's no wrong or rights in here. Stephen, I said, I've read before the game. Like, I know Abiobi. I don't know, like you didn't know, Stephen. Taylor wasn't. When did Taylor come on? Taylor came on for last 15 minutes.
Yes, like 20 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did you know he originally wasn't on the bench today because Abiobi got injured?
Yeah, ankle was it? His ankle went.
Yeah, but then he got off. Taylor came on the bench.
Mm.
Do you think Taylor's will be at Forest next season?
I mentioned this before.
People in the comments as well. Sorry, Stephen. People in the comments as well. What do you think about Taylor? Do you think? I personally want Taylor to stay because he's a different type of player that he is for Forest. Like players like Grabban, and if Murray stays for Nottingham Forest, people in the comments, what do you think about? Do you think Taylor should stay at Nottingham Forest next season? Yes, Stephen. Next season, like, what do you think about Taylor? Do you think he's got a future at Forest?
What I would say is, once we are we mathematically safe yet?
Not.
Are we still?
Not yet.
Because Rotherham are still. Hang on, we're 13 points in front of Rotherham.
Yeah,
and they've got 4 games in hand, so we may be just there. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe one more point will do it. But what I would say is,
we'll definitely get. We've got next. We've got Huddersfield.
Yeah, we got a
Birmingham, Birmingham, and then Preston. Sheffield Wednesday.
Stoke, we've got to play. Yeah,
don't mention Stoke. No, don't mention.
No, we owe them one. We're going to
no.
We're going to batter them.
No, we're banned. No more Stoke because that's
I want to beat them.
That's still nightmare.
What I would say, once we are safe, if he doesn't start playing players like Taylor from the start, Colback, Embassow, then I would fear for their future at Forest. Because if he doesn't play them in them games where it doesn't matter, then you could probably think they won't be there next season. If he does play them, he may give them 4 or 5 games and say, right, show me what you got, and then go from there. I personally want to keep Taylor.
Yeah.
Because he's a character. He's someone who has got something about him. He's enthusiastic on the pitch. He can come up with the odd goal. Maybe he's not clinical enough for a striker, but then, if we can sign that 20-plus goal scorer next year, Taylor can be the backup. So I don't know, Murray is still up in the air. The Grabban thing is still up in the air. Grabban has come out and said he may want to stay next season. So, I mean, me personally, I would keep Taylor 100%. I think he, like you always say, Ben, when these players go to other teams, I would not want to see Taylor go to another championship team.
Right, this is a question for both of you. Because I saw a Twitter post regarding Gardner on loan, and do you really think we need to bring in loan players next season to build our team? Because the person I'm not going to mention who said it. We want to build a side to get promoted. Do you think getting players on loan is it a good thing or bad thing for you, Rads?
I mean, obviously, there's always an issue there because obviously there's a good chance they might not stay beyond a year, which is why loan players are good and bad in one sense. Because we all love James Garner, how he's done so far for Forest, but
I don't know if long people as well. Go and watch it afterwards. I've done a little clip about Dave Garner. Carry on.
Yeah. I mean, he's been fantastic, and I think he's one of the reasons why we have improved recently as well. But obviously, I don't see him staying. Quite frankly, I'd love him to, but I just don't see him being loaned out. I think if we were doing, trying to push for promotion this year, maybe he might be inspired to. But I think because we're not really doing anything really, that might not really help us, to be fair. But to answer your question, I think with loan players, maybe get a few in, but I personally prefer permanent transfers. I think everyone probably would say that.
Yeah. What about you, Stephen?
Yeah, I think I agree with Rads. I think what we need to do is build a squad of permanents, but then if it is Ghana or someone else, get two loan players in, because just take Norwich, for example. They had a good squad, but then just signing that Skip from Spurs, just to add a bit of quality to the team. If we can do that, I wouldn't just chuck in like 5, 6, 7 loans. I wouldn't. I'd rather build a squad, trim that squad down, get about 25-man squad, 2 or 3 loans, if 3, and that'd probably be enough, and sign about 4 permanent perhaps. But yeah, if you can just get someone to that quality of a Ghana or a Skip, just that Premiership quality, because if we pluck someone from League 1, League 2, they're not going to really elevate us. There'd have to be a lot of pressure on a young kids or even a mid-20s player from that league. So maybe sign an up and comer. Like we are linked with someone from a lower league, aren't we, at the moment? I forgot his name.
We linked with
in the last week.
Oh, who is it?
I've got his name.
Jerry.
I read it yesterday. Oh, people in the comments.
We linked with him. We linked with that Yates boy from Blackpool, and we linked with another kid as well, another guy from another.
Luke Jepcott, is it?
Him, and there's another player in the last couple of days came out.
Isn't there?
Yeah, there's quite a few, but this again lower leagues. But I think Houghton will probably think I need that bit of Premiership quality. There's probably players sitting on the bench now in the Premier League who will step down, like Skip did from Spurs. And Norwich fans are in the same dilemma with us, because I've heard that Norwich fans don't want anyone to hear Skip is playing so well, because Skip will either go back to Spurs or to a Premiership club. So in that regard, when you sign someone on loan, it can go for you or against you, because the likelihood of you signing them permanent or getting back on loan is low.
This is a question for you, Rads, because you're how old are you, Rads?
19.
Bloody hell, I thought he was younger than that.
He's half my age.
Bloody hell, that's half my age. That's half
everyone
my age.
says that about me.
Right. This is a question for you. And people in the comments, you can join in as well, because me and Stephen, we've witnessed Forest get promoted, win cups, and all that. With your age, right? Are you you must be frustrated, like Forest have not done nothing? Yeah. What's your whole opinion on like Forest not winning anything?
I mean, where do you start with that? I mean, it's kind of isn't it, you know.
Well, it's just like me and Stephen. Like I said, we see, especially the younger fans on social media, they get frustrated. Like we want to do that, and it's not easy. And I know, like, it is tough, isn't it, Stephen? When you see the younger fans frustrated on social media. But I just want Steve, Raz is not talking for everyone. He's talking for himself. So, Raz, what's your opinion on Forest not done nothing?
I mean, it's kind of sad.
What was your first game for Forest
that I went to, or just in general?
What was your first Forest game?
It was actually when we lost to Huddersfield at home 1-0 in like 2014.
Was
I think. It was a terrible game, to be fair.
That sounds a terrible game.
Yeah, it was.
Was that a midweek game as well, like a Tuesday night, soaking wet? Was it?
No, it was a Saturday game.
Okay.
But it wasn't a good result.
So what's your opinion then? What's your opinion on like how do you feel not seeing Forest just not?
I mean, this is the sad part about it. Is that I think a lot of young fans are kind of just, this is the norm to us, really. You know, it's just not, because obviously, like yourself, you've seen Forest do a lot better than like this season, for example, and the last 20-odd years, really. We're just kind of used to it, really, and it's really sad that it's come down to that, and we all hope that one day we will get a bit of success, at the very least. I mean, it's kind of sad that I can't even imagine us playing in the top flight. It's really painful, really.
It's very painful. Like I said, when you hear like the Forest fans, especially on Twitter. Especially on Twitter, you get fans, not just younger fans. You get older fans as well. Very frustrated. Like me and Steve, we've witnessed. Steve, do you remember your UEFA Cup days?
Yeah, this was my first ever top in 95, 96 season.
Yeah, 95, 96 season.
Obviously, I was 14 at the time, and it was down here on my arm, baggy as hell. But yeah, I remember that season. The season we lost to Bayern Munich, we beat Lyon.
Jose.
Paul McGregor scored the goal.
Yeah, Paul McGregor.
Yeah, the best season I've ever witnessed for Forest was the 97. Yeah, I was in the car. Yeah, I was in the car listening to the game when we beat Middlesbrough 4-0. I was going ballistic. And then, so you think, Ben, right? In what's that now? I've been supporting Forest for 25 years, 26 years, right?
Yeah.
And 97, 98, 2002, 2003 season, the year we lost to Sheffield United, I actually cried that game. I actually cried. We lost in the playoffs. 2007, 2008, when we got promoted. That was a great game. And then you got the back-to-back Billy Davis seasons. And that's it. That's it.
Right,
that's 4 seasons out of 25.
Can you remember the Billy Davis season?
Yeah, not.
Yeah, that must be the best. Like, well, Lemucci, we can say Lemucci, but Billy Davis was the closest. Must be it's the closest thing one for you.
Yeah. I mean, the highest I've known as finish was last season, which is pretty sad, really.
We don't talk about last season, man.
But we're not going to talk about that because
we're going to talk about that.
But talking about Billy Davis,
no, we can't talk about it because, like I said, we've had positives. We're positive. Yeah. Like I said, under Manucci, but it's just. I understand the younger fans' frustration, like of not seeing Forest do nothing, and it's been.
Go on, Ben.
No, carry on.
No, I think it's weird, Ben, is that you got teams like Man City now, right? And all these teams will win a lot. And the older fans remember the bad days when they won nothing. And now the youngsters, we win every game, we win every season. As Forest fans, me and you, Ben, remember the mid-90s. We were awesome. Like Stuart Pearce, my favourite player of all time, your favourite player, Wone, Steve Stone.
Yeah.
Now you got Rads, who has had no success. He's seen nothing. But we remember it, so it's flipped. So you got all these, like I said,
this is why I got Rads on because, like I say, he's a young fan, and there's some young people watching as well. And it's like I said, when you see on social media about like Stephen, we'll say at the start of the season, everyone will say, "Is it Forest's year?" And I'll say, "Yeah, it is Forest's year." Every year it's our year because of the players what you get. But when we got Houghton. Everyone says this is Houghton's learning season, but you need to remember he started the 5th game of the season, and everyone thought, Houghton will get promoted, blah blah. But the championship every season, like next season, is not going to be easy at all because teams like Sheffield United, they're down. Yeah. Sheffield United, they're down. They're getting parachute money, and when you get, I hope. You'll get teams like, I don't know, who else is down there in the Premier League?
Fulham, West Brom. West Brom be back down again. Brom. They'll go back up. Yeah.
Fulham.
There's going to be teams, and it is going to be really frustrating next season. But like I said, I understand the younger fans frustrating as well. Rads, for you, we'll talk about the whole season now. What player has impressed you so far this season?
I mean, I'd say the only one that hasn't really put a foot wrong is probably War. And I don't know, I can't really complain about the likes of Mighton either.
Academy players, is that? Academy players?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And obviously there's been a lot of players that we can criticise, of course.
Go on, say it. Criticise them, you can say it.
Yeah, I mean, I already touched on it earlier, of course, but every player's made mistakes this season, really, haven't they? And I'm a big fan of this guy, but even Samba's made a few mistakes, but goalkeepers will.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not going to be too critical
Listen to
about
me.
it.
Everyone was the thing with Samba, right? He was a player of the season last season
Yeah.
for everyone, and now because every goalkeeper does it, even the best goalkeepers do it because
Yeah,
Samba does one or two or three mistakes, like as usual. Forest fans are going for his neck, but in hindsight, has he done anything wrong? I wouldn't say he has because, like I said, today another clean sheet, as well, and. For me, he's been the top keeper for us.
Well, Ben, this is a fact for you, right?
Go on to get the facts out.
Ben, listen to this now, right? Listen to this, right? I read this earlier. Since December the 15th, we've played 24 games. We've only lost 5 times. In them 24 games, we've only conceded 12 goals and we've had 11 clean sheets. We've only conceded more than 1 goal twice. No, we've only conceded more than 1 goal twice, and one of them was Norwich. That is a good record.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a good record.
So I'm trying to think what the other team was. What was the other team we lost by? What was the other team that beat us by?
Middlesbrough.
Yes, it was.
Middlesbrough.
That is that's December the 15th. That is a crap. Like you on about Samba, you can't knock them stats.
The thing that you know what the positive thing about Houghton, right? Because since he's come in, this is for you guys, and what game this season have we been battered, like outplayed? I can remember one game. Right, see if you know it, lads. People in the comments, what game has Forest been battered?
The only game, sorry, though.
No, carry on.
The only game that we've in terms of goals to concede was Brentford at home.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah.
That's the only game we got absolutely outplayed. You can talk about Norwich. We lost 2-0. We got actually outplayed by them. But it
was the first 20 minutes, mind. After that, they took the foot the gas.
Yeah, they did. They took the foot out the gas. And someone talked about the Swansea 5-1. That was FA Cup. That doesn't count. Sheffield Wednesday. No, we beat them 2. Was it 2-1? 2-0?
That was last season.
But yeah,
we beat them.
But yeah, people in the comments, if there's any questions as well for me and Rads and Stephen, put in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button. It's a massive help. And if anyone wants to do a super chat and put a question towards it, please do. For you, Rads, which we touched on that, with Chris Houghton, that the players that he needs to keep needs to come in. When Houghton came to Forest, was you a fan? Be honest.
Yeah.
Was you?
I don't think anyone really knew what was going to happen with Houghton, but I think we all probably expected us to do better than he has done, I suppose, or at least in league position. I think it just shows what a mess he walked into, really, to be honest. Because it all gone downhill completely. I still think Houghton's the man. I think we have to give him a chance, a proper chance, because it happens so many times. Like we go on a bit of a bad run and then we get rid of the manager and we start again. And I just think we have to keep Houghton for as long as possible, really. Maybe if we struggle next season and it's quite a bit into the season, maybe you can think about it. But I personally think we have to give him a proper go.
What players do you think Forest need to improve?
What areas in the pitch?
Position wise.
Position.
Everyone I know you're a João Carvalho fan. Are you a João Carvalho fan?
No, honestly.
No.
No, I know a lot of people are, but I think.
Would you bring him in? Unless if you, Stephen, would you bring him in? He's still got 1 year left in his contract.
Yeah,
and this is the beginning you hear about. Personally, he's a player. If Forest, we've got nothing to play for. And I think if João Carvalho was playing now, I think he'll be good because, like I said, he plays good when he's under pressure. That game. I think what game was it? It was the Middlesbrough game.
Yeah.
How good was he?
Best, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Individual performance for years. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had no pressure at all.
Yeah.
And
I think with him, it's going to be a case of he will have his scouts watch him over there.
As well, I think as well. Like there's players out there that got De Costa.
And they love big pre-season under Houghton. You know, if Carvalho can impress him, if he comes back with the right frame of mind. But if he impresses Houghton, Houghton will put him in.
Yeah, but Stephen, it's up to the people at top. It's people at top true. Because
if they can make money off him, they'll sell him.
Yeah, but look what Makaraka said to him. You're in the bomb squad, but Chris Houghton is in charge now. I don't know if anyone has watched the Nick Randall interview. Chris Houghton gets the last say at this, and hopefully he does. But the Carvalho thing is, I think it's a touchy subject. I just personally, I don't think he'll be back because of what's happened in the past.
I personally don't think so either, but
So, what's your opinion then, Raz? Yes or no? Do you think he'll be?
I honestly wouldn't bring him back, to be honest. I mean, you probably shouldn't dwell on it too much, but for what we paid for him, I think we all expected a lot more. Really, I know he had a lot of games.
It's not his fault, though. It's not his fault that Forest paid 15 million for him. That's what.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
This is the people get confused. Like, yes, he cost 15 million, and we thought he'd be a fantastic player, but it's not his fault. A club paying 15 million for him. So, and that's how it is.
Post Karanka as well, he hardly played, didn't he? He was like on the bench all the time.
Exactly. Other players like I'll touch it again. Like people on loan, we've got players like Freeman, Krunivic. People know that I'm not a Krunivic fan, but today I think he played all right. If I'm honest, he did okay. Like we touched on Christie as well, but would you keep Krunivic, Freeman? Who else is on loan? Who else is on loan? Knockout. Like people in the comments.
Who's not on loan? Cafu's signing contract me.
Cafu's not on loan. People in the comments. Who would you keep at the loan players? Put in the comments below. Stephen, what players would you keep next season? Who's on loan? And I think Forest should buy.
Right. As it stands now on current form, Christie, I would see. Again, he's someone who frustrates everyone, but I personally would keep Knockout. He's one of them players you rather him on your side than against you, because next season if he goes back to Fulham or another club, he's going to rip us apart. He's going to tear the league up. I'd rather him under Houghton's wing and have him in our squad, because on his day he can be a match winner, and he, like the Derby game, it showed that he can turn it on. I wouldn't keep Freeman. Who else have we got on loan? I'm trying to think. The Croatian boy. I can't pronounce his name. Yeah. I'm like I'm you, Ben.
I'm not a fan of it.
I don't know. I can't. What I would say for him, I think he's a good character in the dressing room. He's the kind of player the players like. So if Houghton can see that, you want them characters in your dressing room. You don't want someone like a Carvalho who may come back and sulk and then just ship him out. If he's good in the dressing room, Houghton may keep him. And then if that means that we don't get Garner back, at least I can cushion it a bit. But I'm like you, Ben. I'm still not quite sold in him yet. Something not quite right.
I
shouldn't think anyway.
The thing with Krunivic, right? Like if we did keep him, he'd be a player that can come on, because because the way we are now, the position we're in now, I understand why he's in the team.
We can't be too fussy.
Yeah, we can't be too fussy but next season, like don't forget, we got players like Johnson come back for loan. He scored today as well for Lincoln. If no one saw his goal, go on YouTube and take a goal. Fantastic goal. Who else is there? We've got Tyrese Fraser. He's on loan at Plymouth, and he's been fantastic. And I know that we got players like Michael.
We send that boy back to Oxford, don't we? Marcus McGann,
McKay. Like I said, you know what frustrates me with him, Mike? Forrest got him from Barcelona, and meant to be talent now. He could be leaving as well, but it's.
Would you keep Murray? Would you keep Murray for 1 year as a third backup, as a kind of experience?
As a third backup,
in the dressing room experience, been there, done it. Someone who can just
last 20 minutes.
I would. I think I think he can be useful. I think.
People in the comments, would you keep Murray? Rads, would you keep Murray? Yes or no? And why?
Personally, no.
Why? What?
I just think we need. Look at the attack, how Asian it is. You know, we got.
He's experienced though. He's experienced. He's a player.
Yeah, I know.
I would get rid of Gravenmore. He'd be gone.
I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he scored the other day, but this season Graben hasn't been at it at all for me. And we were talking about Taylor earlier. I would keep Taylor. I feel sorry for him that he's not playing.
I feel sorry for him. I really do feel sorry for him.
Yeah. I just think we need someone younger, quite frankly. Than
every time we buy young strikers, they don't do well. This is my problem with Forest.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah.
Sam Malonga did all right, but then he got injured. So
yeah,
how would you when we brought? What are you? What he was 24, wasn't it? Yeah, 24, 25 when we brought him. And to be fair, he done well. And it just I think like who was it? Will Swan. He's on loan as well. He's on loan to Port Vale, and he can't
be on that. I think he'd be on a season-long loan next year. I think
he would definitely be on season-long loan.
Yeah,
hopefully to League One side, but. I'm just sick of it. Like someone came up to me today and said to me, "Do you think Forest it's going to be Forest season next season?" I've been saying this for the last 23 years. And you've been the same, Stephen. We've been saying it for no, but it's true though. Like if like everyone says, "Dore, what do you think about Forest next season?" I'm not going to say it no more. I'm sick of it.
But you know what though? You know the preseason. With Lamucci, we were all like, "Oh, we'll take mid-table this season. You know, it's transitional." Next thing, Lamucci got us in the top 6.
Yeah.
I know we dropped out last day. But then is it a case next season we just be a bit more, right, okay, where does Houghton take us? Not, like you said, Ben, jump on it. Oh, we're going to be top 2 next year. Forest fans always do it. Just look at it, see what squad he builds.
Yeah.
If he does sign the players he wants, look at it there and take each game at a time. Don't jump ahead, because look where we did Lamucci. We all like, oh, who's this guy? What's he going to do? Next thing, one of the best seasons we've had in almost a decade.
100%.
And a quick question, Ben. Oh, sorry, Ben. Quick question for the pair of you is just touching what we mentioned memories and stuff. What is the best game for both of you in recent memory? One game, just one game you've seen Forest perform.
Okay, that's a good question. Right, people in the comments as well. What Stephen said, put in the back on what is your best Forest game? Raz, let me go for you first.
I know mine.
Raz, let me go for Raz first.
Is this like of all time that I can remember, or
all
like
time.
just
what you remember? Not like all time, not like the champ. No, winning the Champions League in '79. Yeah,
I can't really say that, can I?
Yeah, no. In your memory.
Yeah,
in your memory.
Honest. I mean, I think a lot of young fans would say when we knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup, that probably would be up there for me. Because it's the only time I've known us beat like a top side. So I'd probably say that, to be fair.
Oh, Stephen, I've had so much games.
Ben will remember this game. I think Rads, you would have been 7. My favourite game was West Brom away. We beat them 3-1.
3-1, Chris Cohen.
Yeah. Backstock, Cohen and Raddy
Majeski, yeah. Good ball, great game.
It was probably the best team performance I've seen from Forest in 20 years. Raddy, if you look it up online, you've probably seen the highlights and so on.
Yeah.
If you watch that game for 90 minutes, it's one of the best, isn't it, Ben?
Yes,
it's one of the best away performances. Unbelievable performance.
I've seen it
Unbelievable
before.
Football. Yeah. Unbelievable game. And we had the best left back we've had in the last 20 years as well, Nicky Shorey as well.
Nick Shorey, yeah. Shorey, good player. That's what you know what, Stephen, Mike? You know, if we kept him,
we would have gone up. We would have
gone up. Simple. Yeah. We would have gone up. Because with that team we had Earnshaw, Blackstock,
Moosey.
Was McGugan was the next season, wasn't it?
No, he was that season. Lewis McGugan was that season.
Was there?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
2009, 2010, Ben, it was.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. It was.
We had Chris Gunter, Wes Morgan, Kelvin Wilson, Lee Camp.
Oh, what was my best
Earnshaw.
game? You know what? There's so many games. Right, you know what? My best game, right, and this is weird, okay? Because it was, and I don't know if you remember, Stephen, and Raz, I don't think Raz might do. You know that game? It was under, it was Paul Hart. Was it Paul Hart? I think it was.
I don't remember this.
Was it
Go on,
Paul
Ben,
Hart?
throw it at me, go on.
When we drawn 2-2 at Leicester. I don't 2-2 at City Ground. Leicester were winning 2-0. And it was half time. And then the second half, Forest played fantastic. And Jack Leicester scored. Was it the 90th?
That might have been that season, actually. The Paul Hart
Paul
season.
Hart? That was the Paul Hart season, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. It's coming to me.
Yes, that was a Paul Hart season. That game, I always remember that game. I think it was shocking first half, but the second half was outstanding. But I can't remember a game.
Ben, I can't believe you're saying one particular game. I can't believe you're not saying it. The 5-2 against Derby.
Oh, that game was that game was fantastic. That was a fantastic game, man. That's fine. People comment, like I said, let me just look at the comments because there's quite a lot of them. 5-0 versus West Ham.
Yeah, Jamie Patterson.
That's up there for me. I remember that.
One. Bubble Joe, 3-0 Forest, last game, 2006-7 season. Shout out to my man from out the sticks. 3-1. What year was that?
Let's go back a bit.
What year was that? I bet that was.
I wasn't even born.
That must have been 79-80 season. What year was that, Hedy? This game.
The Leeds game.
The atmosphere was out.
I watched that on TV. I almost put my hand through the lamp.
I think that'd be my second choice. That game.
Raz, because me and Stephen are older than you. We've had so much. We've had so much journey. What games stick out for me? I need to
Ben, what about beating Yeovil last game of the season?
Oh, that game is. Oh my God! You know what? Right. You know what I'm gonna do this week because Forest have not had a game till next week. I'm gonna do some content on my best top 10 Forest games of my because there's so many games that you Stephen as well. And this could be content for you, Rads. What is your 10 best games since being a Forest fan? I think
that'd be a good one.
That's up there. That will come out this week. I'm definitely doing that.
I'm trying to think of, because I don't go as much as you boys, I'm trying to think my best live game I've seen. I've only been going since the year 2000, and I tend to go up about 3 or 4 times a year. I'm trying to think of the best game I've seen live.
This game was Forest beat Leicester 2-0. Who was it? It was Cox and Mackie.
Yes.
You remember that game? Yes.
Yeah. No, it was Cohen, wasn't it? Cohen and
no.
Mackie.
It was Mackie.
No, Cohen and
no, it was Mackie. Mackie and Cox.
Mackie. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, Mackie and Cox. That was a great game as well. That was a great game. But what people keep putting comments in.
Ben. What about 7-3 away to Leeds?
That game. That
game is on YouTube. The whole game is on YouTube.
Someone
uploaded it.
The game that sticks out, and Raz remember this: Villa 5, Forest 5.
Oh yeah,
that game was
my God,
insane.
I love that game so much.
That game was nuts. Absolutely nuts. That game was. I remember that game so well.
Do you know that 7-3 game at Leeds? Right, I was listening to that on the radio, and they were like, "There's been another goal at Ellen Road. There's another goal at Ellen Road." I was like, "What's going on?" Forest like 5-2 up, 6-2. McCleary scores. I'm like, "What's going on?" It's a 5-a-side game, is it? I was like, "What? No, what's it?" Oh, it's a mental game.
That's mental. I do apologize to people. Like I said, Forest drew 0-0 against Bristol City. It was, but like, it wasn't. Let me say it right. there's a stat. Bristol City did not win for 7 games at home. Surely, like, I know points are not bad, but surely we could have won that race today, couldn't we?
100%, yeah. I think, I see it more as 2 points drop than a point gain, to be fair. I mean, I know it's not the end of the world that we didn't win, but they were on really poor form at home. We've just got 2 great results. I think we should have at least been nicking that, in my opinion. And like you said as well, that Bristol are not playing well at all right now, so should have been winning, in my opinion, at the very least.
Right, last but not least, I always say this, like, I'll start with you, Stephen. Like, I know, like, you didn't see the game as much, but a point like that's moved us away from the playoffs. So, like, and if there's any Derby fans in there, yes, you lost, unlucky. Got no sympathy for you if you go down. Point is that like a positive result for us, like today, like. Was you happy with that point, Stephen?
Of course, you'd take a point before any game, wouldn't you? But like Rad's saying, I think they won like you said, 7 games at home. I think the run we've been on, beating Cardiff away, and then we stuffed QPR. I think we should really go in there, and we did stamp our authority on the game. Well, I think we had like 70% possession, didn't we? So, we did play the football, but again, it goes back to what I said at the very beginning. It's just that cutting edge. And Houghton said in his post-match, we just got to take them. If we can convert our chances, because we've got a base at the back now, like the stat I gave earlier, that looks after itself now. It's just the top end now we got to worry about. If we were leaking goals, I'd be very worried. But we are not conceding, but we're not scoring. So it kind of, it needs to balance out, really.
Before we go, I'll ask you, Raj, who's been your player of the season so far?
I think the man that's probably been consistently performing out, I said it earlier, War. I think he's a staple of the team, really. He holds the back line together. This is why we have to keep hold of him. I do worry that he might go if a big club comes calling, but I think my player that has to be Joe, to be fair.
Rating for today, what's your rating out of 10 at Forest performance?
I mean, honestly, the second half I was getting quite bored watching it. But I think that's a lot, really. Again, we just lack that cutting edge. We had plenty of chances to score, we just couldn't find the net. So I'd probably say 6, maybe 5, 6.
Stephen, what was your rating at Forest today?
Yeah, what I've seen of it and what I've read, and yeah, I agree with Rad's. Really, 6 out of 10. Just like we said in the beginning, a mid-table clash. Really, nothing on it.
Yeah,
going through the motions. We're 6, middle of the road, innit?
I think I'll say the same. I think 6 out of 10. And again, I'm going to mention this player, Ryan Yates, as well. He's doing great for us as well, playing alongside Gardner. So I'm going to mention Ryan Yates today, playing good. But yeah, I'm going to go, people. But Rads, thank you for coming on. Make your debut on DoreOnTour channel. It's been a pleasure. But like I said, people, Raz's channel is in the link below. So please go and subscribe to his channel. He's a Forest channel. So if I don't do watch-alongs, go and check Rads out. Because like I said, I wasn't in today because I was at work. But I am back for the Huddersfield game. I am back for the Birmingham game. So and then I will be bringing content as well. And I've seen it before I go, I've seen the content with you tier list.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, and you stole my idea. I'm not happy. You stole my idea, right? But I am going to do one at the end of the season. I might get a few Forest fans on and see how the rate is. But yeah, Rads, Stephen, it's been a pleasure for coming on the channel. Like I said, people, if you are new to my channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you. I will bring out at least one content this week, and as well the preview for the Is it Huddersfield next?
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
I don't know if you lot know that's not
And
going to be a free.
just be wary, Ben.
It's not 3 o'clock kickoff, is it?
Yeah, the funeral, is it?
It's not going to be a 3 o'clock. It's
No.
not going to be a 3 o'clock kickoff.
They're altering the time.
Great, fantastic.
No.
Great.
I know.
Okay. Right, people, I'm off. But like I said, Rads, thank you for coming on. Stephen, it's been a pleasure yet again from the nice bit of Wales. But yeah, people, like I said, I'll see you Friday for the preview against Huddersfield. Peace and love up the blood clot forest.
You Reds!